Welcome to the Barstow Community College Transfer and Career Center tutorial on the California State University admissions application. Step 5, completing the supporting information section. Let's get started. For this tutorial, you should already be logged into your Cal State Apply application. We are going to be completing the supporting information section. Let's start by clicking on that tile. After you click on the tile, you're going to see the two areas that we'll be completing in this section. The first one is the associate degree for transfer. If you did not indicate that you're receiving an associate degree for transfer, then this portion will not apply to you. For the associate degree for transfer, you want to double check that the correct information is indicated. You filled out this information when you created your extended profile. If you see that you have made a mistake, simply click on the extended profile button to make a correction. In addition, you need to input your campus student ID. This is going to be your Barstow Community College student ID number, also known as your B number. If you do not know your California Community College ID from your CSU Apply application, then simply skip this step. Also, you're going to list your anticipated or completed degree date by simply clicking on the calendar and selecting the day, month, and year that you anticipate or when you did receive your degree. Then you're going to select Save and Continue. For this section, we're going to be answering the questions regarding the Educational Opportunity Program. This program improves access to low-income, first-generation, and historically disadvantaged students from California with potential for academic success by making higher education a possibility. If you want to learn more about the EOP program, the eligibility criteria, and to view the application deadlines, simply click on this hyperlink here. If you want to fill out the application, you can do so now. The first question you're going to answer is if you are currently enrolled in the EOPS program. If you are currently enrolled in the program, select Yes. If you are, the next thing you're going to do is select the community college where you participate in the program. If you are not, you'll simply select No. Either way, the next question is going to ask you if you wish to apply to the Educational Opportunity Program. If you do, select Yes, and you can continue to answer all of the required questions. If you want to submit the EOP portion of the application at a later date, you can do so. At that point, you can select Yes, I will return later to complete these questions. However, don't forget to check the deadline here on this link to make sure you submit the EOP application in time. If you do not want to apply to the EOP program, simply select No. Once you're ready to apply to the EOP program, you're going to select the Yes button. It's going to ask you if you attended a CSU where you were enrolled in an EOP program. For most students, if you did not attend a CSU already, it's going to be not applicable. In addition, you're going to answer these questions on if you participated in any of these programs in high school and beyond. The options are AVID, Upward Bound, Talent Search or Educational Opportunity Center, Puente Project, Independent Living Project, MESA Project, or other. This could be a Gear Up, Camp, a Foster Youth Support Program, a Student Support Services Program. A special note, if you are participating in BRASS or STEP or the VETS Yes program, you can select Yes for this question. As you continue on down the page, you're going to start answering questions regarding your family. The first question is, where do you plan to live while attending college? You'll select one of the options that applies to you. The next question is, how many brothers and sisters are currently attending a K-12 school? Indicate that number there. How many brothers and sisters are currently attending or attended college? Indicate your number there. How many brothers and sisters received a bachelor's degree? Indicate the number there. What languages are spoken in your home? List your languages in the box provided. During the past 10 years, have you or your family received any income from a public assistance program such as CalWorks, CalFresh, Welfare, AFDC, TANF, Social Security, Disability, etc.? Yes or no? Have you or your family ever participated in any publicly funded programs such as subsidized housing, employment training, or school lunch programs? Yes or no? Do you or any other children in your family work primarily to contribute to the household expenses? You'll select yes or no. Lastly, you'll want to read this important reminder and select the Save and Continue button. Next, you're going to answer questions about your parent and guardian. So in order to continue the application, have you completed the questions on the EOP opportunity page, and are you ready to continue with your EOP application? If you want to continue answering questions, select yes. If you want to continue later, select no, I will return later to complete these questions. For now, we're going to keep going so that way you can see what other questions you need to answer. The first question is asking for the name of your parent and guardian, number 1. So you need to list one of your family members or a guardian, or if you are a foster youth, you can enter does not apply. Next is the occupation of your parent or guardian and the occupation of your parent or guardian 10 years ago. Next question is, do you have information to report on a second parent or guardian? If you do, you'll answer these same questions for your second parent. As you get further down the page, it's going to ask you questions about your financial status. So this information is used to determine the history of low income eligibility for EOP, and all applicants must complete this section. Parental income information is required for all students, including those who are considered independent for financial purposes. Incomplete applications may not be considered. Therefore, whether you are independent or dependent, they want to know your parent guardian number 1's estimated or actual income for 2021. They also want to know the estimated or actual income for 2020, and if you selected parent guardian number 2 and entered information, you'll also want to put that income information here. Next, the total size of your parent or guardian's household, including the applicant, parents, dependent children, and other dependents. That number will go here. The next question is asking you if you are independent of parental support. That is a yes or no answer. If you select that you are independent of parental support, you'll need to answer additional questions. The first question is, how many years have you lived apart from your parents/guardians? The next question is, what is your and your spouse's total family actual income for 2020 and estimated income for 2021? Next, the total size of your household, including yourself, your spouse, dependent children, and other dependents. Lastly, the number of dependent children in the household. Then you'll select Save and Continue. For the next question, you also get to select if you want to keep continuing on or if you want to return and answer these later. For now, we're going to keep pressing forward so that way you can answer your biographical questions. The first question is for you to describe your family's economic background, including information about your financial challenges. Please be sure to be precise and as honest as possible. In addition, use complete sentences and avoid responses such as yes or no. So you want to thoroughly describe your family's economic background, including information about your financial challenges. You'll do that in this box provided. The next question is, why would you like to attend college? Discuss your career and personal goals. Are there any particular circumstances, school experiences, or persons that influenced your preparation or motivation to attend college? Please explain. The next question is, briefly discuss your academic background. Did you utilize any additional support at your high school, such as tutoring? Do your grades in high school and/or college reflect your academic ability or potential? Next is list any volunteer, extracurricular activities, or work experience in which are or have been involved in the past 2 years. Is there any additional information you would like EOP to consider in determining your admission to the program? Indicate a response in the box provided. Then you're going to hit Save and Continue. The last section is the EOP recommendations. EOP requires 2 recommendations. One recommendation must be from an academic counselor or teacher that can comment on your academic preparedness for university academic work. The second recommendation can be from an individual who can comment about your potential to succeed in college. For example, a counselor, a teacher, a community member, or employer. Family member recommendations are not accepted. In addition, the Cal States recommend that you provide at least 2 weeks for your recommender to complete the recommendation. In the deadline date below, enter a date at least 2 weeks from today. It is the applicant's responsibility to ensure that 2 recommendations are submitted by recommenders by the deadline. To verify recommender status, click on the Check Status tab on this page above. For now, you're going to learn how to request a recommendation. The first thing you're going to do is click on the Create an EOP Recommendation Request. Once you do that, you're going to enter the first name, last name, and email address of the person you would like to complete the recommendation. Then you're going to set a deadline, which the system is automatically going to set it at least 2 weeks out. This is where you're going to type in your personal message to your recommender. So, hi, ABC, whoever it is that you are sending this to, could you please complete this recommendation for the EOP program at the Cal State Universities, or anything along those lines. So this is what they're going to see when they receive the email. Next, you're going to answer yes or no as to whether you waive your right of access to this recommendation. Next, you're going to give permission to contact the recommender. So you're giving them permission to contact the recommender via email to request the completion of the recommendation form and letter of recommendation. The next one is permission for schools to contact the recommender. So this is indicating that you understand that the EOP offices at the campuses to which you are applying may contact the recommender either to verify the information or for further clarification on the information provided. Then you're going to hit Save this recommendation. Now that I've entered someone to complete the recommendation, I'm going to see their name listed here. In addition, I'm also going to see the status of my request for them to complete the recommendation. Right now, it's still in the requested status, which means that it hasn't been completed by my recommender. You want to log in to Cal State Apply Often to check the status of your EOP recommenders. You want the status to say completed. If it does not say completed and the deadline is quickly approaching, you definitely want to make sure that you keep your recommender updated and follow up with them to make sure that they complete their recommendation. If for some reason they are unable to complete their recommendation, you can log back into your Cal State Apply application and simply hit this trash can button. After you do that, you can create a new recommendation. Don't forget that you have to do this for 2 people. So all you're going to do is click on the second recommendation and repeat the process. So that's going to complete our tutorial on completing the supporting information section. Join us for our next tutorial on completing the program materials section. Thank you for watching our tutorial. If you still need assistance, please email us at transfer@barstow.edu. Go Vikings!